like both of your brows, very natural, very very subtle, and you would never look at either of you and think, wow, you've got your brows tattooed. Because I teach what I do, I teach permanent makeup. I want you want the next generation of permanent makeup artists to feel the same and to have that knowledge. You don't want anybody going into the industry not knowing what and why they're putting something into somebody's skin. The day that I finished all of my cancer treatment, so all of my injections, everything, the day after is when I opened my training academy. And I was like, that's how I'm going to time it.
Hello, Colline.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling really refreshed. I recently just travelled for my trips and it's been amazing. Yes.
Did you have a wonderful time?
I had such a good time. I had such an amazing time. So for those that don't know, I was born and raised in Zimbabwe until I was 15. So I consider Zimbabwe home, even though I've lived in the UK longer than I've lived in Zimbabwe. But a lot of my extended family are still there. And my mum recently moved there about 2 years ago. And it's just home. I think the highlight for me was just seeing how my children were just so relaxed. I've never seen both my kids just so chilled. I think there's something about being in like warmer climates that just makes everybody just so happy. So it was like 23 degrees, which is autumn for them. So for them, they were like, oh, it's a bit chilly. I'm like, this is summer. Some of the days were like better than UK summers, you know? Yeah. And the climate was nice. Everything is like a slower pace in that nobody's stressing. Even like, you know, so after
even
families, even me, I was like the most calm you've ever seen me. I had to be like, okay, you're not rushing anyway, just chill out. Just chill out. But even like, you know, that impatientness that we have, because even if you go to like any government places or supermarkets, everyone's just like wanting to chat to you. I'm like, I need to go, can you rush please? I was like, calm down. You're not rushing anywhere. You're on holiday. And it was just so chilled because we didn't do anything like crazy exciting because it was all about seeing family. But it's just the chilled outness that I think I've not experienced. And yeah, I want to move back to Zimbabwe.
Oh, don't go yet.
Plan. Not yet.
Don't go yet.
But definitely within the next 10 years, I want to move back to Zimbabwe.
Well, for you really needed to chill out. We all need a break.
Absolutely.
And it's good for you to actually just completely switch off and actually not think about any cooking. Yeah. You didn't do any cooking? Did you go out? What did you do?
No, we didn't eat out actually. No? A lot of family were cooking for us.
Good. You weren't doing too much.
One day we had a lot of... So instead of going to loads of people's houses, because I've got a lot of family, I decided to invite everyone to where we were staying. So I got all my cousins to come with their children and their families, and I hired a caterer. So that was an amazing experience, actually getting catering, someone catering for me. Because being a caterer here and seeing how they do things, I mean, the service is just amazing. And they use US dollars. So we obviously use pounds. The US dollar is not as strong as the pound. So for me, it was really good value for money for what you paid for. So it worked out to be something like $12 per head for the food. Yeah. For something that I'll charge 3-4 times more. And they brought their service, they brought like plates, everything. And we didn't have to do any washing up.
And that was £12 per head.
$12 a head, so about £9 a head.
Oh wow, my goodness.
And it was just fantastic. So actually just having that service and also just speaking to them, they have the same struggles that we do as caterers here. Just thinking about how people don't want to pay what they charge. You have some people that cancel last minute, all the same struggles. So it was just really kind of reassuring to know that we all have the same struggles. What have you been up to?
Well, you need to ask me what I had for breakfast this morning.
What did you have for breakfast, Rhona?
Usually we always do we do at the end of every podcast. We always talk about dinner. This morning I recently did a masterclass with Edwina Dark, one of our past guests on the podcast, and recently I've been making some seeded bread that I always do on the masterclass.
Nice.
So I had made that last night. I've gone really healthy.
Love it.
Healthy ball, maybe. I put some poached eggs with it. Now, I saw a hack on Instagram yesterday about poaching some eggs in some boiled water and putting it through a strainer. So sitting the eggs on a strainer.
Yeah.
Put the lid on top.
Yeah.
Well, absolute disaster.
Really?
It didn't work.
Some of these hacks, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So it didn't work.
It didn't work. And it just fell through and the strainer fell. And so I ended up with a little bit of a mess of eggs, but actually they were delicious. I put some wilted spinach with it. Nice. And actually it was very tasty. But the Instagram hack did not work.
So you know what? My mum actually sent me, she bought on Amazon to take to Zimbabwe with her. They're like almost like some little plastic colanders, but really small, like this size, and they're for poaching eggs. She bought those and she uses those. So maybe I'll send you a link.
Oh, can you?
Because I think they're meant to do the same thing as the strainer, so you can put it on any pot and then put it on.
Well, this didn't
so
work.
Maybe you can try that.
It just fell apart and just.
Some of these hacks. We should start filming some of these hacks when we actually try them out.
I know. It was good. Thanks.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear that.
Now, I'd like to introduce our guest today.
Yes, we've got another guest.
Shapes by Marie. Marie, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good.
Just trying to get back into the swing of things after half term.
Oh, yes.
So, kids back to school, back into routine, which is nice.
Have you got two young children, haven't you?
So I've got 2 children, 10 and 12, a girl and a boy. So I've got one at primary still and one at secondary
school. You got at that age, an interesting age.
Yeah, very interesting age.
You can relate a bit to it, or a bit older.
My days. Though. Yeah, yours are a little bit older, and so I've got a 10-year-old and 4-year-old. And I'm just like, this is going to be fun. Yeah. So tell us a bit about your business. What do you do? Because we haven't actually told our guests what you do. Tell us a bit more about what you do.
Okay, so I am a permanent makeup artist and I predominantly do brows, and I also have a training academy. So I teach people what I do, basically. I have my studio at home. And I try to just work during school hours, although some of my training courses run over. I run training courses for brow maintenance and PMU training courses. So I have students come to me mostly on a one-to-one basis. And then when I'm not running my training courses, I have my client days. So, and that again is permanent makeup. It could be brows or lips or brow maintenance. So tinting, waxing, brow lamination, treatments like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How did you get into this? Because it's so specific. How did you actually start?
So I was originally a hairdresser, actually. I was a hairdresser for many years, and when I had my children, I became a mobile hairdresser. And then I tried many different treatments, I added in spray tanning, ear piercing at one point, and then I learnt brows, just out of interest of brows. Never thought it was going to be my full-time business. And then my brow clients started to build up. I started to lose the passion for hairdressing a little bit, then quite a lot coming back from COVID. I basically just didn't want to go back to hairdressing. So I took down my hairdressing clients gradually, and then built on my brow business. And then I trained in permanent makeup, so semi-permanent brows. And that was the point where I completely gave up hairdressing and just focused on that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, I know a little bit because I actually got my brows done a few years ago.
So did I.
And it's actually a really interesting industry because the beauty industry has changed quite a lot in the last few years. Tell us a little bit more about the changes that you've seen, and maybe explain a little bit to people what are the different types of permanent makeup, because you hear some people that are like, I got them lasered. Is it lasering? I can't even say the name.
So much now,
HD brows, all of these things. Tell us a little bit more so you can educate us.
So I think the biggest shift in the industry actually came from COVID, 100%, because pre-COVID, people would get ready in the morning, they would go to work, and they would be in an office, they would be in meeting rooms, face to face with people. The shift came when COVID happened, and from then people are working from home. The majority of office-based roles are on Teams, which means that people are spending their days looking at their reflection. So rather than people getting ready and possibly throughout the day catching themselves in the mirror through the day when they go to the toilet, they're actually sat staring at themselves all day, day in, day out.
Like that.
Yeah. So I would say 80% of my clients that come for permanent makeup are people that are like, oh, when I'm on Teams, all I can see is my brow. I can't see my brows on Teams. I can't. So it's actually, through no fault of anybody's own, people are far more fixated on their appearance because they have themselves in front of themselves all day. And I think that is why the industry is so huge now. So I think brows have also become a necessity. So I think 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, brows were very much in the category of facials, massage, the luxury treatments, whereas I think they're very much a category on their own now. So much like hairdressing, everyone gets their hair cut. It's a thing that you do, and brows has become much the same as that, really. I think.
And it defines your face as well. I mean, really for me personally, I had nothing, and with age, it was just children and everything. They were just disappearing. So when I had mine done last year, it's completely changed my face, and it's actually
And I think with the permanent makeup industry, it's come so far, and there's so much more knowledge and accessible knowledge as well. So people are realising that they can actually have some work done which is really natural and subtle, like both of your brows, very natural, very very subtle, and you would never look at either of you and think, wow, you've got your brows tattooed. So I think as the industry goes on and people are realising that is possible, people are much more willing to look into permanent makeup as a long thing, and it's a good investment. People are looking to spend more for less maintenance, so it's like high maintenance to be low maintenance, basically. Is what we call it.
So it's like, as you've mentioned, the industry has grown so much, meaning that there is a lot of people that are doing similar things to what you do. So what sets you apart from everyone?
So I get asked this question all the time because I teach what I do. So I am effectively, so what people say is, well, you're effectively training up your competition. I've never seen it like that. I never will see it like that, because people go to you for you. So everybody who I teach, and some are very, very local, some are just around the corner from me, they will have their own client base, and their client base will absolutely be different to my client base. I think that there are millions of people in the same area that want their brows done for a start, so there's enough to go around. And you will attract your own people, you'll attract your own ideal clients. A lot of my client base are working mums, so I have sort of quite a quick kind of turnaround of appointments, whereas somebody who I might teach might go down more of a luxury route for younger people who have more time to have longer appointments. So I think there's room for everybody. And you say, what sets me apart from others? I have a real interest in the science behind tattooing, permanent makeup. So I really like to understand what we're putting into the skin, why we're putting it in there, how to deal with different skin types, how to deal with different skin tones, and how it works when it's in your body, and why it breaks down, why it fades off, what's going to make it last longer. So I'm really interested in the science behind it.
That's amazing.
And why it works.
It's so refreshing to hear, because that was going to lead up to my other question. See, I'm asking all the questions. Sorry, Rhona.
Don't worry.
I'm just so intrigued. I'm just so intrigued by this and just the beauty industry in general, because it's so far apart from how I am and what I do. But yeah, just knowing that you actually care about what's actually going into it, because obviously you hear of so many different people that, like, you know, they get botched or something wrong happens. Maybe people have not been trained in a good way. So hearing that you actually take care of that side of things, I think it's really refreshing and good for anyone that's listening to be able to know that actually you care about that side of things, and that's what sets you apart.
Yeah, and I teach, because I teach what I do. I teach permanent makeup. I want you want the next generation of permanent makeup artists to feel the same and to have that knowledge. You don't want anybody going into the industry not knowing what and why they're putting something into somebody's skin.
Exactly.
So yeah.
No, that's absolutely
And
amazing.
so it's not just brows though. So it was the other.
So I also
eyes?
offer lip blush.
Lip blush.
So I offer 3 different types of eyebrows, and then there's also lip blush. So the same concept, but on your lips.
Okay.
I say that in simple terms, but dealing with lip tissue is also very different. And again, understanding how the skin behaves differently on the lips versus the brows is also important. So yeah, lip blush is definitely an up and coming treatment which people are going for more and more.
So my sister had that done
Okay.
a few years ago, and she found it extremely painful, and she won't get it done again. But she was fed up with just putting lipstick on the whole time. You know, lipstick browns that are just like you put them on and they're off. So she went for the tattoo, and she found it extremely painful.
Yeah, and I have heard that a lot. I've also heard that with eyebrows as well.
Yeah, I've heard some people say
with certain techniques.
Like,
it's all down. A lot of it is down to technique and knowing what needles to use and how to use them.
Yeah.
So if you can learn a really good technique that isn't going to cause very much trauma to the skin, then the likelihood is it'll be really quite comfortable treatment. Obviously, it's, you know, with your lips, especially your lips, you're gonna have a few patches that are a bit pinchy, but it's definitely, for my clients, it's definitely something that's very it's
it
completely bearable and they're comfortable. And I often have people fall asleep during treatment. It can be painful if it's not done with a correct technique, I would say.
Yeah, I was too nervous to actually fall asleep when I first had mine done. For my eyebrows. Not my lips, my eyebrows.
Some people are. Some people will sit until they see the results and then they're like,
relax. I'm the sleeper.
You always think you're always going to think you're going to get slugs as eyebrows, and it's just like, no, please don't put slugs on.
For me, I'm just like, I've already committed now. It is what it is. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to relax.
Do you? Sleep? Oh, that's good. Okay.
I mean, I sleep at the dentist. I'm really weird like that. I'm like weird things that people, but then I'm too scared to get a tattoo. It's so interesting because like stuff like that, I'm just like, I'm just gonna chill. I see it as my me time and just relax. So how do you get your clients? Like obviously you probably have some long-standing clients that you've had for a long time, but how do you advertise your business, again, especially in an industry where it's so very saturated and there's so many people?
So I have a website which is linked to my Google business profile.
What's your website?
Shapedbymarie.com. And I do get quite a lot of people through my website, but mostly social media, mostly Instagram, definitely, and word of mouth. So I have a lot of I'll have somebody come, and they will often have a sister, a friend, and a mum who's like, you go first, see if it's all right, and then we'll all follow.
That's a good one.
It's always the case, isn't it?
So I that happens quite a lot as well. I've been kind of active on social media for quite a long time now, so I think I've built up a little bit of a kind of a trust with people as well with the work that I produce, and I'm always really honest online as well. I had breast cancer 3 years ago. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and through that time I didn't want to lose my business basically while I physically couldn't work. So I shared my journey on my business page online, and actually that kind of, I got a lot of clients from that in the end. People followed me and they saw the work that I done. They watched my journey, and actually a lot of those people have then become clients once I return back to work.
That's amazing.
So,
I mean, you're very brave having to continue your business while going through something so major in your life. I hope you don't mind me asking, how are you now? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay now. Yeah. I still have a few side effects from chemotherapy. I had chemotherapy, radiotherapy, surgery, and then there was another treatment that I had for like 18 months. So yeah, I still have nerve damage in my hands and feet and a few side effects like that. But yeah, I was very adamant to get my health back.
Good.
And
you've done amazing.
I was never going to give in.
Yeah, you've done amazing. I mean, this is one of those things where I think a lot of us, either we know somebody that has gone through, it's scarily just become so common now.
Yeah.
In that actually we don't often think that this should not be so common. The fact that, like, you know, you hear a lot of stats, 1 in 3, 1 in 4 people will get, I'm like, this is scary. I mean, we're in a room right now where it's 4 of us and there is one person, right, that we know of. And I think by you sharing your journey, it's actually being relatable to some people.
Yeah.
It really helps in that people can say, oh my days, this is somebody who's gone through this.
Yeah.
And they're able to somehow carry on their business and do something for them.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted
It's
as
amazing.
well. I wanted people to see, like, if they were ever in this position, actually you can come out the other side of it and you can keep going.
Good focus for you though to actually think about your business rather than thinking of what's happening to you.
Yeah, and actually 2 weeks before I was diagnosed, I didn't have my training academy before I had cancer, and so 2 weeks before I was diagnosed, I enrolled in my level 3 AET, which is your qualification to be able to teach. So that was 2 weeks before I was and then I was diagnosed, and I emailed the company and I thought, I can't do this now. That's it, that's ruined. So I emailed the company and I said, unfortunately, I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. Please can I have a refund on my course? Yeah. And their communication was so bad, they never emailed me back.
Oh, wow.
Wow. But then 2 weeks later, I just woke up and I was like, this isn't going to stop me. This can't stop me. I can still do this. And because they didn't email back,
you're like, I don't want to lose the money.
I guess. Yeah. And so every chemo session, I was like, I'm not wasting my time in that hospital. I'm not just going to sit there and waste my time. So I took my laptop and I done my course. For those hours that I was sat having chemotherapy, I just ploughed on through my course. And then by the time I'd finished radiotherapy, a couple of weeks after that, I completed my course. Wow. And even you have to do like a mini teaching, record yourself doing a teaching. And I had no hair.
Wow.
Not very well, but yeah. And then the day that I finished all of my cancer treatment, so all of my injections, everything, the day after is when I opened my training academy.
Oh my word.
And I was like, that's how I'm going to time it, because I'm either going to finish cancer treatment and feel lost, or I'm going to time it for that, and I'm going to have a focus to just
go on,
to just run with it.
I mean, that is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
That is absolutely, I mean, like,
what a lovely story.
Right?
Yeah.
Lovely story.
I'm just in awe of you in being able to do that. And it's like, you know, you just spoke about how, like, you know, sharing your journey. I think we've found it as well. It's like people buy into you as a person rather than just your business. Yeah. So seeing you go through all that, the resilience, the tenacity, and also, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you're so brave, which you were, but also I can understand you'd be like, well, what other choice do I have?
What other choice do I have?
That's what I always say to it's like, what other choice do I have?
And I had 2 children watching me as well, you know. I had 2 children that were like, and I never want them to be scared of anything either. You know, and my appearance was very different. I was always the really active mum before, which I couldn't be for a long time. And I just wanted them to, firstly, I wanted them to look back on the whole situation and not see it as being really traumatic. But I also wanted them to think, if anything ever happens to them, I want them to be like, it's all right, we got this. Like, you know, not be frightened of something happening, you know, and just having it in their mindset that actually, you know, you can just deal with anything that's thrown at you. So, and they do, you know, they look back on especially my little boy, is like, oh, do you remember when you were bald? And you know,
so they make a joke of it.
Like, I remember.
Yes,
But that's how I wanted them to remember it, if you like.
Yes,
So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So has that, going through all of that, has that changed how you sort of run your business, outlook on life? Like, do you think that's changed anything?
It has a little bit. I'm a little bit more like, let's just do it. Let's just go for it kind of attitude. Even before I was ill, I always appreciated the little things anyway. But there definitely is an element of just appreciating that a little bit more. You know, all the little moments in life.
You sound more determined as well.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
which is amazing. And also, you're running your business. You're making everyone look fabulous.
Yes. Yeah.
When you ever do, a question for you. Do you actually ever do any of your aesthetics on yourself?
No, not tattooing. No, as tempting as it is. And actually, a girl yesterday at an event that I was at, she was like, "Oh yeah, I'd done my own lips," and I was like,
"Oh, look at that!
I don't know if I could do that." But I'm quite good at self-care. Actually, I'm good at doing my LED mask every night. I'm good at keeping up my fake tan and you know, making sure I get my hair done and things like that. So I'm quite good at keeping on top of the things to make sure that I feel good.
You feel good.
Yeah.
You feel great.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So if people want to find out more about you, about your journey, do you still share a bit of your personal life, or is it just strictly about business on your page now?
I do share some personal stuff. I share every now and again. I'll share like a few things about like my health and update, or also if I'm having a bit of a bad time, a bit of a wobbly time with it, which you do as a cancer survivor. You go through phases where everything suddenly feels terrifying and then phases where you're absolutely flying. So I try and share and be honest. I share some of my daughter's cooking,
I love it.
which everyone loves to see.
Yes, we were talking earlier actually about your daughter who absolutely loves cooking, and she's only 12.
That's amazing.
So I like to share a few little snippets of personal stuff.
So what's your Instagram so people can be able to find you?
So my Instagram is Shaped by Marie.
Shaped by Marie.
Just nice and simple.
That's brilliant.
Thank you very
We're talking about food and everything. We're always asking our guests what they're going to have for dinner. Are you cooking, or is your daughter cooking? Tell us what you're having for dinner. So
she is going to be cooking. So I knew this question was going to come. So I asked her, I was like, what's for dinner tonight? So hot honey chicken with egg fried rice.
That is delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
we're coming to yours.
Yeah. We might have to get that recipe. That sounds absolutely delicious.
Yeah, and it's very prompt as well. I mustn't, if I ever get stuck on a call or something, I'll get a message.
Exactly.
Dinner in 10.
Oh, that is amazing.
I'm like, I've got to go, guys.
So I need to train up my kids so that they get to do this.
That. Absolutely.
What are you having for dinner?
We're having a prawn sag curry tonight, which is prawns, lots of spices. I like my spice, and spinach.
Is this why you had spinach in the house?
Yes.
From your breakfast?
Yeah. I think I'm going to throw in some chickpeas as well.
Yeah.
And,
that sounds delicious.
Oh. How about you?
So I'm actually having some chicken thighs because I was doing a business lunch this morning. So I've got some chicken thighs, and I think I was just having it in a stir fry. We love a stir fry, just whatever vegetables in the house, a bit of egg noodles or rice noodles, and then we just put that together. So that's what I'm gonna have. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Marie. It's so lovely to meet you, finding out a bit about your business and your personal life as well. Because I think we often say when you're a small business owner, your business becomes your life. And people are interested in knowing that, as we've said many times, that people also buy into you as a person more than just what you do. And you absolutely amazing, and wishing you all the best in your business and everything you do. I might come for the lip tattoo.
Please do.
I might do that, and we'll be in contact with you.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And for those that are watching or listening to us, thank you so much for listening and watching us. You can find us at kitchen.tales.podcast on Instagram and all platforms you can find a podcast. Thank you. Yay!